John Gillespie. Today's show is being brought to you by your Toyota dealer. I love what you do for me, Toyota. It's been red hot the past 2 weeks. Today we're going to take our cameras up to Stevens Point, where we're going to fish the Wisconsin River for smallmouth bass and big catfish. And I'll have this week's winners of the 1992 Wisconsin Pass Blue Ribbon Fishing Contest. All of that coming up right after this. Beautiful this stretch of the river is in Stevens Point.
They have what they call a green circle runs along that bank over there. It's about a 15-mile circle all around town. It goes through all nice wilderness areas, through some of the parks in town, but it's really pretty. You see a lot of deer, eagles, otters, osprey, you know, all different kinds. I haven't seen any bears, but just about everything else you can see.
You know, few people realize the beauty and the superb fishing available on the Wisconsin River in the Stevens Point area. I spent the day recently fishing with guide John Kobeck for smallmouth bass and big catfish. We couldn't have asked for a better day to fish.
No, it's just beautiful. It's been nice for 4 or 5 days now in a row. Really nice.
Now we're going to go after smallmouth today. What's the fishing like in the month of June up here?
June is probably one of the best months for smallmouth. They're just coming off of spawning, and they're really hungry. They feed mainly on crawdads in June until the end of the month, and they switch to an insect diet. So we'll probably be throwing crawdad-type crankbaits most of the time today.
John, let's talk about this first spot you want to try here. What's good about this as far as smallmouth are concerned?
Well, it's mild current, and as a little shelf comes off, and there's a lot of little rocks underneath the water. It's not just that big slab like what's sticking out. And the bass tend to hang around where there's like boulders, smaller boulders, instead of a great big slab rock.
You've had success off that rock before?
Oh yeah, yeah. We caught well, a week ago we caught about 10, but last year I caught 42 in one day off that same rock.
Oh my!
Whoa!
Whoa. Boy, those smallmouth fight, don't they?
Yep.
Oh, look at them take out line already.
I'm reeling backwards. I don't
Holy cow.
That's a good fish. Well, they all fight good, though, even the little ones, but this is not that little one.
No, that looks like a nice fish. Smallmouth bass. Boy, they're exciting, aren't they?
Yep.
Holy cow.
And these little ultralights, they're fun fish.
Wow. Now, I had cast it up in that area several times with a surface bait, and they didn't hit it.
No, they, last night we were catching them on this same rig, these little bitty crappie jigs, and I use a bobber to make a little racket more than anything. I can get a little better distance, and it makes a little noise like your surface bait, but they're not feeding on top.
Now let's see that jig. Let's take a look at that jig there that you're using.
It's just a 32nd ounce marabou crappie jig.
You're not tipping it with anything,
No,
huh?
no, just plain. We catch probably 95% of the bass on straight artificials here. You don't need, once in a while if you get desperate, you need live bait, but not too often.
That hit real close to the boat. This one hit about 20 feet out. They're in here so thick, John.
Well, I'm glad.
Look at, there he is. There he is.
All right.
Oh, yes.
I'll put mine back.
That's great.
Ultralight's the only way to go on
these. It really is. The ultralight rod just, well, the smallmouth fight's so great anyway. Look at him go. There we go. Ooh, that's a nice fish.
That's a legal fish there.
That is a real nice fish.
He'll go 14 and a half, 15. Measure him up there, John. I'd say he's about 14 and a half.
Yeah, that's what I would say, too. And you know what I want today is one of those 20s. You think we got a shot at a 20-incher?
Well, they're pretty rare, but you got a shot at one, that's for sure.
They're so beautiful, and what a fight, folks.
We finally caught one.
Yeah?
But it was the biggest one, I have to admit.
Super. John, let's talk a little bit about the technique you're using in your retrieve there. Basically, you're using a bobber with a little jig. Now, what attracts the fish, or what are you doing?
Well, I've got it set about 18 inches. The bobber's set about 18 inches above the jig, and all I do is let it drift with the current, and as it's drifting, I give it a little twitch once in a while to make a pop like you would with a surface plug. That popping noise, I think, is what's attracting the fish. They think it's another bass feeding, and they come over to check it out, and since...
Oh, no, he got one right on that would call your shots, folks.
They think it's another fish feeding, and they come over to check it out, and then they see that little jig underneath there. I used to use this technique down south for Kentucky spotted bass. It worked real good. I'd fish a jig and a bobber, and I thought I might as well try it here.
Well, I can see it works here, but that's a real interesting way to fish.
Yeah. Well, I use jig and bobber. You saw for crappies, I use those slip bobbers all the time, and this is just a regular old pinch-on bobber. This one's a little bit smaller. He's only about 12-incher maybe.
Talk about cueing the fish, though, huh?
Yeah.
Showing the technique and
right on cue. Well, that's all I'm doing. I just let the current drift it, and then I just give it a little pop every so often to get their attention. Let's get this one in, John.
Yeah, there he is.
I'll even sit back and watch you. I'll enjoy the scenery here.
I'll tell you, there is nothing prettier than a smallmouth fighting, is there?
No, nothing.
There he is. Whoa. Holy cow. Isn't that something? Aren't they they're just such beautiful fish.
There ain't nothing fights harder.
No, I agree with you. You know?
What was the old doctor that said, you know, inch for inch and pound for pound, Herschel?
Yeah.
He's right about it.
There we go.
Another,
And that's not really that big of a fish, but what a fight.
yeah, about a 13.
What a fight.
Nice one.
He was right by the rocks out there, John.
I saw right where he was. Ooh. Get a jump. Oh, nice waller, but no jump.
Now, on a good day, John, can you catch quite a few fish out of one spot?
Oh, yeah. The most I've ever caught without moving the boat is 50.
Oh, jeepers.
Out of one, you know, oh, that's a nice one. A little bit bigger, I think, than others. Oh, I love it when they jump.
You know, one thing you should point out, too, is you release every fish, but what do you do for your clients when they release all their fish?
Well, I give them 10% off if they turn back all the fish they catch. And the bass fishermen pretty much take me up on that, and the crappie fishermen, most of the time, they like to keep them to eat. So, but it doesn't, you know, the bass guys, you only can keep 5 anyway, and if you want meat, you're just better off catfishing or crappie fishing. No, that's a nice one there, John. Look at
Isn't that a nice
That's
fish?
the biggest one.
Yes, it is. That's about 15.
Yeah, about 15.
So what you'll do, though, for a guiding party in a day, you might fish smallmouth for a while, then catfish, then crappies.
Sure,
you can do
whatever
three
they want.
species,
Whatever they want, sure. I like, you know, I just try to. Well, most people, you start catching these, and they're going to want at least fish for these for one whole day.
I would agree.
It's too hard to give up those. But you know, if you want some fish to take home, I'm more than happy to take them up and try for some crappies or catfish.
Here we go, John.
Nice one.
Number 3. Oh, I'll tell you, folks, it's probably one of the nicest days of the year to fish. You got a nice little overcast here and warm, and the fish are biting. Look at that. Look at that. Here he is. Here he comes. Whoa. There we go.
About the same. Another
All
13 to
about
14
the same.
incher. I'll get that big moose there.
There. Yeah, I do want one of us to get that big one that's got to be swimming around down there. Oh. It's like I'm in heaven.
That's a
you
nice
know that?
one. That's a nice. That's about a 14 incher again. Pretty close.
It's like I'm in heaven.
That's a good fish.
I'll tell you, they seem to be hugging close to that little island there, don't they? Here,
Yeah,
I gotta
that's
get my line in.
Yeah.
This guy's moving pretty good. Oh, my. Oh, yes.
That is a good one.
That's the winner of the day so far. Now, why are they so close into that shoreline, do you think?
I think they're spawning over there.
Do you?
Yeah, I think they got beds over there.
Of course, this is nice. Well, we're strictly practicing catch and release, as you do all year round, but I think even more importantly this time of year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's going to jump. Come
Ooh,
on.
this is a nice fish. Ooh, this is a big one.
Just got to...
Now, don't make the same mistake I just made before.
Oh! No, I won't try just lifting them in. I'll use my hand.
Yeah, this guy's an acrobat.
He looked like a 16 or 17 incher.
Holy man.
Oh,
yes, now
well,
that
maybe
is
not.
a dandy.
Maybe not that big. Just hooked him in the lip. That's good.
That is a dandy. Yeah, don't make the mistake I made.
No, I'll lip him. He's all pooped out. All I got to do is lip him.
Oh, is that a beauty?
That's about a 16.
Is that a beauty?
Just in the lip.
And what you're doing is you're just casting out and let the bobber float around.
I didn't even cast that time. I just set it down by the side of the boat and let the current take it. That's a nice fish there.
That's a dandy. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's worth anybody's trip coming up here, I think.
I do
You
too.
get one of them.
Well, and that's number 16 of the day, too.
Yeah, 16-incher, and maybe the 17th one will be 17 inches, John.
I hope so. I was trying to fish 2 lines at one time, a floating bait out of the back here, and just letting my bobber float downriver, and I got one on. All right. Holy cow. Holy cow. There he is.
I thought you were related to Earl Gillespie, not Harry Carey.
Well, Earl's actually the first guy that said holy
is he
cow.
the holy
Yeah, Harry Carey stole that from Earl.
Oh, well, that was very nice of Harry.
Oh, this is a dandy, or at least it feels like a dandy.
Don't be trying to horse him. Ooh,
No, I won't.
that is a good one.
Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Beauty.
I won't horse him in.
Lip him. Yeah, that's another good fish.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
That's a legal fish too.
Oh, they're tough to get a hold of, aren't they? There we go. Isn't that a beaut? Yeah. Isn't that a beaut?
That's another illegal fish. Sure as heck.
Wow. I think we could stay here all day and catch as many as we wanted. What's your guarantee? You guarantee 20 smallmouth a day?
Yep.
That's great.
And that's
or they don't pay, or your clients don't pay?
That's the way I work it. That's for the whole boat, though. That ain't for each fisherman, because some guys, they show up with 4 people in them.
Isn't that nice? There we go. I'll get him next year, John, when he's about 5 pounds. Anderson Marine, the Midwest's largest bayliner dealer, has arrived. Highway 18 in Waukesha, just south of I-94.
Well, I think the most exciting thing is the fact that we're here to have some fun, and we're here to deliver some good product and service to our customers. If you combine all the experience of all our service people and sales people, we've got over 200 years worth of marine experience in this one store. I also feel we're the most competitive dealer in the Midwest. We'll meet or beat any price. You come in this weekend, and if we can't make you happy, no one can.
Anderson Marine, Highway 18 in Waukesha, just south of I-94.
The Toyota Corolla, the symbol of Toyota quality, reliability, and value for over 20 years, can now be leased for under $170 a month. Oh, and by the way, it also happens to be one jazzy-looking car.
It's time now to announce this week's winners of the 1992 Pabst Blue Ribbon Fishing Contest. Mark Sukma is this week's first winner. What a monster bass. Mark of Milwaukee caught this 7-pound, 5-ounce largemouth out of Pewaukee Lake on a double-tail worm. Here's our first muskie of the year. Ed Prescott of Jackson hooked into this 43-incher on Lake LaBelle. Ed was using a Rebel. Check out this trophy walleye taken by Jeff Asserby of Milwaukee. Jeff caught this 31-incher on a Rapella on the Fox River. And Rich Elke rounds out this week's winners. Rich from Racine boated this 29-inch, 9.5-pound walleye on the Fox River in De Pere. He was using a Rapella. Each of the winners will receive a custom-designed show T-shirt and a case of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Remember, any fish caught in Wisconsin in 1992 is eligible. Just look for this poster and grab an entry blank, or send your photo to Wisconsin's Waters and Woods, 5628 North Lydell, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53217. Remember, Pabst promotes catch and release and keeping our waters safe and clean. So when you're out on the boat, enjoy the great taste of Pabst NA. Or when you're having that shore lunch, reach for a Pabst Blue Ribbon. As they say, PB Army, ASAP. Now, what attracts the fish to this spot? Is it like that rock bar out there?
I'm sure it's all these shallow rocks, plus the fact there's not a lot of current right in this area. It's just a mild current. And in the spring and early summer, they seem to like the areas with the mild current better than real swift current. But later on, like in July and August, then I fish right in the middle where it's the swiftest. They really seem to like it better. I guess they looking for a little bit more oxygen and cool water, so that they tend to sit out in the swifter water in the middle of the summer. We're hitting that Rapala now.
Yeah, oh yes. You know what happened there? I cast it out towards those rocks there, and as soon as it came past those rocks, he smoked it. Ooh, that's a nice fish. That is a decent fish. I think this one's a little bit bigger than the last one, too.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
oh,
yeah, that is a nice fish.
There we go. Oh, are they a blast. There we go. That's a nice fish.
That is nice fat. Whoa. No. Oh, well, at least you got him in the boat.
Well, that was an easy way to release him.
I was afraid he's going to take your Rapala.
You know what happened? My hands are all cut up from using that Rapala, you know. and trying to take the baits out of the fish's mouth, and I've been cut all over my hands. I'll tell you, John, I've been trying to hook this fish for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, he kept playing with it.
Look at him. See if he's decent. Oh, yeah.
Another nice one.
Yeah. No, it was so funny is this morning when we were in this spot, you'd hook every one that would bite. This one, it took,
10
well, I had to frick them is what I had to do. There we go.
You have to put a bow tie on that leech or what?
No, but I tell you, I had to work it real slow and let him go for a second, and I still just barely lip hooked him. What's that, number what?
25.
25. 25 smallmouth. This is just awesome fishing. You know, guys fly to Canada to try and do this smallmouth fishing, and I don't think they do as well. You know that?
Well, and the nice thing is it only takes a couple hours to get here from Milwaukee.
Yeah,
What,
we hopped in the
2.5?
car this morning, and we were here within 2.5 hours.
Yep.
And you can't find prettier scenery, and I'll tell you, you can't find better smallmouth fishing. And we're going to go do a little catfishing in a little while.
Yep. We'll try one more spot. Maybe we'll get a 5-pound smallmouth, and then we'll try for some cats.
All righty. What a fight. What a
There's
fight.
a sinker. Oh, there he comes.
That's a dandy. Oh, is that a dandy? All right. Hold him up there so we can get a good shot of him.
He's got that real pretty green color.
Well, that's number 6.
The 1992 Toyota 4x4, rugged and reliable. Now you can lease a hard-working Toyota 4x4 truck for under $200 a month. Oh, and by the way, it also happens to be one jazzy-looking truck.
You may have seen a beer commercial this year with a bunch of cutout football players. That one commercial cost $1.8 million to make. The commercial you're watching now costs less than $5,000 to make, and we think even that's too much. It's a commercial for Pabst Blue Ribbon beer, the beer that invites you to say PB Army ASAP when you want a good beer at a good price, because that's really all there is to it, good beer at a good price. So if that's what you want, say PB Army ASAP, and that's what you'll get. Thank you. End of commercial.
I've never seen you bait your own hook before.
That's because I've never fished with the ultimate bait before.
Bait mate ultimate baits? Bait mate ultimate bait. Well, the ultimate bait would move like live bait, would smell like live bait, would taste like live bait.
Bait mate ultimate baits move, smell, and taste like live bait.
There's got to be a catch.
Yeah, I'm catching more fish than you.
Okay, but the ultimate bait would not harm the environment.
Bait mate ultimate baits are natural and biodegradable. Bait mate ultimate baits, the ultimate bait.
John, we're going to shift gears a little bit now. What are we going to do?
Well, we're going to anchor up and fish for some catfish here.
Catfishing's pretty good up here?
Yeah, it's real good. And the fish run real nice size. The average ones are between 17 and 21 inches, but you'll get them up to, the biggest I've heard of is 32 inches out of here. They've only been in here about 8 years. They just stocked them 8 years ago.
Now, will you guide for catfish, too?
Sure, sure. I don't really give any guarantees, but we always, every time we've tried, we always catch a few.
Well, I'm just about to get my rod in the water, and what John is having me use here is just a very simple plain hook. And he said hook the night crawler right through the nose like that. And one split shot's all I got on, John, so I'm hoping that'll be enough to take us down.
Yeah, you'll find out. If it doesn't hold you, then you'll have to...
Then we just cast out, put the old rod in the rod holder, and sit back and river fish, huh?
Yeah. He's starting to pull a little harder now. I guess he's bigger than I thought he was at first.
Holy cow. That's a fun fight. Whoa, look at him take some line. He got to backpedal a little bit, huh?
Yeah, he just figured out he was hooked. Now he's a lot bigger than I thought he was. Look at that. He's just got that rod doubled.
Yeah. Isn't this a fun break, though, for lunch or whatever? Do you do this for a lot of clients?
Yeah, we just take a break and soak some worms or something on the bottom.
Ooh, look at him.
Whoa.
Whoa, I saw the sinker there for a minute. Now he took you right back down again.
Yep, they don't like coming up.
I'm trying to watch our rods here in the back, too.
Here, so I'm babying them a little bit, but...
Oh, look at him. Oh, is that a nice fish? There we go. That's a nice, look at the coloring on those.
Aren't they beautiful in here? They're prettiest catfish I've seen anywhere.
Hold them up to you, because I don't think the folks in Milwaukee see them that color. They're usually a gray.
Yeah, they're usually gray and white, but these out of here are this sort of golden green color, and they got the pretty speckles. When they get real big, they get gray, and they lose those speckles in here, but when they're like this, They have that real pretty golden green color to them.
Well, that's a beauty.
That's a nice one, but that's about as small as you'll catch in here.
Now, what about eating them?
They're real good. I've tried a real big one. I didn't like him, but the 17 to the 21 inchers are good. They're kind of like walleyes. You know, you eat the 2 to 3 pounders and then throw the big ones back.
That is a nice fish. That is a nice cat.
Get the rod bend a little more.
Hey, Jamie's got a fish on there. John, the photographer, finally. Does it feel pretty big?
Yeah, I guess it does.
Don't reel, just lift.
Wow, what a fight.
Whoa. Another nice one.
Another nice catfish, all right.
Good going, Jamie.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, Jamie, how was that?
Well, it was better than ice fishing.
Hold him up there. That's a pretty decent one, too, huh? Nice eating size?
2.5 pounder.
Oh, they're all nice fish.
Yep.
And Jamie got in the action. What do you think, John? How do you handle it?
Great, he did a good job. That's your first catfish?
That's my first fish, I think, really on a reel.
Ooh, there's one.
Get him, John.
Hey, finally.
Whoa, slow down, don't reel so fast. You're not getting any line, you're drag slipping.
Oh, okay, I see.
Getting all excited.
Oh, is there power with those things?
Yeah, aren't they good?
Oh, are they powerful?
Yeah, if you have to back reel, go ahead.
Wow. Are they something? They're just sheer power. Here he is. Ooh, is that a dandy?
Ooh, that is a big one.
Is that a dandy? All right. Whoa. Catfishing, man. A lot of fun. I'll tell you, there's a lot of sport involved in this.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, yeah, you got to sit there and wait, but
well, I'm keeping an eye on these other rods here.
yeah, they'll get pulled in if you.
You said one time there you had where you put 3 rods in, 3 at a time?
We had 4 rods in, and 3 of them went off all at once. So we had 3 hooked. We got them all in too.
Well, how many we got now? How many cats we got? 5?
5, I think.
5 cats.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Is it?
Yeah. You better get them lines in. He's crossing all
Alrighty.
them other lines.
All righty. What pound test you got on there?
6.
Ooh, you better be careful. It's a big one, huh?
Get that next one in too. He's going right for it. There he just barely
I
got a
just started. There he is. Ooh,
Ooh, big sucker.
Oh, is that a nice fish? Oh, is that a dandy? This one's 4 or 5 pounds, isn't it?
I'd say about 4, yeah.
Whoa, yes. Is that a monster? 4 or 5
about
pounder.
4 or 5 pounder.
Yeah, that's fun. Is that a beaut? What a fight, huh?
Yeah, you give me a good tussle.
Hey, man, give me 5. That's cool. I love it. I love it. I've heard so many good things about eating these fish out of the Wisconsin River, but I've never really figured out how to clean them, how to fillet them properly. And you say you have a pretty good method, huh?
Just make your first cut there. You go down to the backbone like you would on a walleye, and then just follow it along.
Follow the backbone, just like a walleye,
yeah,
huh?
just like a walleye. And then when you get, you know, past the gut area, then I just go all the way through, and
Work your way down.
work your way down.
Now,
I don't cut through the tail because I like to leave something to hold on to, so I leave that, you know, that little bit of skin right here.
it helps to have a real sharp knife, of course, too.
Oh yeah, these are good knives. These are Pollock. You just kind of follow along like you would on a walleye fillet, except you can't quite press down as hard.
Look at the size of that